really with the Infamous straps is the lack of ability to play with pace. Neither support offers any reach, neither side laner offers any. Their whole game plan at the moment is that Complexity, like 5-man runs up a choke point with a high ground attached. Invoker lands a huge tornado, Tomb goes down, Curse goes down, and I don't know, Morphling hits people for like 100 damage 27 times.
27 times.
It's just so easy for Complexity to play fast. All 3 cores shove lanes really hard, and the supports just, they boost the efficiency so much because a tether and a heal, now this guy's able to stay on map. Same with the Chen send back and the TP back to a tower. Just easy to play the game.
Definitely makes sense there. There's just a lot of sustain going on. Bottom lane, they've got their eyes though here over on Tomato. They've got that missile out. A couple of these spirits coming through though. Get a call down as well. And Scum trying to burst him down, but he's just not able to do it. This rotation coming out now from Papita will be able to go throughout the tornado EMP. Envy now might be in for some trouble trying to run himself away here. And they actually turn that missile back around. They'll drop the tombstone. Oh no, Scum looks like he is in for some trouble here. There's a lot of people down here. Snake King running over, trying to just find this angle in case they try to jump on him. And it looks like Gyrocopter's going to make it out of here alive. That's a lot of rotations, Kyle.
And up top, you can see Lina making a quick rotation. He grabbed the bounty rune. I think he'll be able to cut off the puck. No, Limp, go left. He went right. Yep, they get all of the bounty runes, however. Maybe they'll leave the one up the top.
Ooh, Scum. There's a nice kill here coming out here for Tomato. That's a 4-times kill streak that's just been ended. Slow's coming out though with the spirits. Arctic Burn is going to throw out that tornado EMP again. Limp standing nearby is invis though. They should probably be able to take down Envy here. Nice light strike array. There's the Laguna and they'll take down Papita. And they're going back in for more. Kyle Schofield trying to break some ankles here in the trees, but these spirits, they find them and Limp gets a double kill.
Really well played, and that's just the, yeah, Invoker rotated, but Limp killed a wave mid, gets a bounty, gets the invis. It's just, oh, I swear I heard a really okay, but it's actually just a TP.
No, Whisper's looking to get out here.
But yeah, I mean, it's just so easy to play Lina in comparison to an Invoker in this game because your spells are so much cheaper. They're lower cooldowns, less risk on your rotations. Anytime an Invoker leaves the lane, he has to go make a play, whereas Limp can choose that his next move, maybe he'll just sit mid and kill the tower. He's got phase boots finished. Kill a wave in like 4 seconds.
Yeah, it just feels like we're seeing a lot of these rotations come out that just aren't yielding much results, unfortunately, for the side of Infamous. Top lane, though, they've got their eyes again on the Gyrocopter, and they'll find themselves a kill.
Problem is they lost bottom tower in the meantime, and yeah, it's nice. You kill the top net worth for Complexity, but at the end of the day, Tomato is going to need to have an absolutely incredible game, I feel, for this team to win this game. He will be the win condition, like we've seen, you know, the Ame morph going back all the way to like DAC Super Major. You take over the gyro, you hit a big flag, and all of a sudden you get quad kill, but he needs a lot of farm to get to that point.
Yeah, and I feel like Complexity is just not going to give them any of that space, especially, right, you've got Z-Freak over on that Chen, and they're just playing very aggressive, which is, it's good for them, but it's a huge problem for Infamous, obviously.
And Infamous is also committing a lot of resource at all times to make these movements, so they need to get the kills to make it worthwhile. Complexity is still shoving lanes, they pushed in bottom, there's an Axe blink up now on Snake King, he's gonna look to make a play.
Already, they're going to have to go pop the drums. They'll get the call down out, but there's the tornado EMP slowing down Scum just a little bit here. Z-Freak nearby. Nice blink reveal here coming out from Staking. They're just going to obliterate Schofield. And now that little bit of boost here. Can they get moves? Tombstone's going to get landed. They'll go throughout that Decrepify. They don't really want to go and dive this tower right now. But Tombstone is committed at this point. It's not going to be up for much longer should they try to go and push that tower.
Yeah, the only mistake I see Complexity making at the moment is that they are not emphasizing the enemy mid-tower. Whenever you're playing Dire, you need to take out Radiant mid-tower ASAP because it opens up your ability to do Roche and enter enemy jungle.
Scum is going to get overcharged here by Envy. He's trying to keep him alive. The Crepify comes out. Oh, that life drain. Can they keep him alive? Oh, they just barely managed to take him down. And they're going to use the curse over here on Envy just to hold him in place. And it'll be another blast coming out from the Pugna that slays him.
So what they're doing, I want to see them move Io Gyro to the bot lane. Let them play aggressively down there, utilize all that space and their super fast move speed to just create chaos. And if they're going to die, you want them to die down by that bottom tier 2, not at your own tier 1. And that leaves Axe and Lina free to kill this mid tower and then look to rotate, and everyone can then link up. You don't want to be 5-man TPing to your own side of the map as much as you do just want to pincer naturally.
Oh man, that was a nice morph. Gonna be able to light strike array with Lina. Lina throws out her own light strike array. In comes Envy. The ambulance trying to keep her alive. We'll be able to get that tornado off. Still alive though. They'll turn back around. They'll get that dunk off. Schofield is toast again. And now it looks like Tomato might be in for some trouble. That light strike array coming through again. We'll just knock back the axe here. Snake gonna get healed up by Envy. Overcharge coming through. Again, they have that tombstone down. Moose trying to run himself out here, but just cannot get away fast enough. I don't think. Battle Hunger coming out, slowing him down. It's trying to jump around here into the corner. They do manage to take down Skem during all of this. There we go. They'll pop that shrine, and it looks like maybe Moose gonna make it out alive here.
So, yeah, they evade the whole cast of The Walking Dead, but they lose their gyrocopter. I don't know how that happened, but
Yeah,
again,
we
we saw this at the ESL, and Complexity's just got to put way more emphasis on utilizing their massive wave shove advantage and just farm creep waves. They're fighting into a Quaswex Invoker Undying. Like I said, the only way they're going to lose fights is in this sort of way. You don't want to run at this team. Just relax. They just lost their top tower for free. Pugna wasn't even a part of that engagement. I'd love to see them just, again, bring the gyro to the bottom lane. There we go.
There we go.
Lina, stay mid. Axe is off map. You activate your Axe's fast blink timing if you're able to pressure multiple lanes. It's very obvious to play around this blink when you know that, hey, there are 5 people charging at us.
Right. So you want to see a little bit more splitting of the map. Well, it does look like they listened to you a little bit here because they did send the IO gyro to the bottom lane. I think Limp's kind of rolling around in the jungle over there, looking for maybe a pick-off or whatnot.
Yeah, this is nice, but again, it's this mid tower. Like, whenever you're playing against a Morphling, you are on a bit of a timer, and this is allowing them to delay the game. Roche is never a thing with Radiant mid tower alive, and neither is taking enemy map control.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You can farm these like 2 camps, right? But when you take that tower, it not only opens up those other 3, but you can play the most important area of when you're playing Dire. The most important area to control is the top shrine. That controls Roche. That's an easy high ground to find kills.
It looks like they're going to be able to take down this tower pretty quickly right now. Unfortunately, not the side that you were saying should be active over here. But you hear a call somewhere. There it is. Found themselves a Tomato, but not enough damage to follow up. We'll just poke a little bit. Blow him a kiss as he runs by.
Limp in a little bit of trouble. He's got a Yules, but there is an Undying above. Should be okay.
Some pincering movement coming in, but looks like he's already hot-footing it here.
Yep, Complexity lose their mid tower. And now you see both teams, I think, playing perhaps a little too cautiously. I'd love to see Infamous now do what I've been asking Complexity to do. Leave their Morphling in the bottom lane, maybe Pugna, whoever they feel more applies more pressure, just shoving this lane, but go 4-man enemy jungle. Get a smoke down. Place a deep ward mid. Try and force Complexity to take fights on their own side of the map and just buy time for your Morphling, because eventually he should be enough to win this game.
I feel like we're seeing the same movements over and over and over right now, and like it's interesting because we're not seeing the results yielding out for Complexity, but we are seeing Infamous start to take advantage of the fact that they're, I don't want to say they're predictable, but...
Well, it's just your Chen lineup. It's 17 minutes into the game and you've got 1 tower. And that was pretty much just an overfarmed Axe after Morphling had rotated out. You're going to have a big timing with the BKB up on Skem. We only really saw 1 IO Gyro game recently played by Vici Gaming in that was it grand final, winter bracket final, something like that. And he just went drums BKB. And you hit that timing, and then you go for this, not Ags, but because you get Ags from Wisp, you go like this Maelstrom, and your damage output just exponentially increases. The only hero that I think can match you in a game like this is the Morphling, and unfortunately Infamous has that.
I just picked up that Lincoln's over here on Tomato as well, so we'll be able to have a little bit of insurance there on his life.
1,000 ahead of the game, and the big key is Gyrocopter in 3rd place in the net worth charge for Complexity. This is not what you want. He is your one. He's got to be over-farmed to give you a secure foothold in this game, and unfortunately the Z-Freak Chen, while it had a great impact on the early game, you start falling off real hard, especially against an Undying. At a point, his high ground tombstone is just going to trump all your creeps.
We need to see some more aggression coming out from the side of Complexity. Oh, they get the courier though. That's a 2nd courier snipe. lose some of those wards. Spirit Vessel coming out over onto Snake. They'll drop that tombstone. He's in for a little bit of trouble here, especially as he runs into the Morphling. They'll take him out. And Limp gonna run away, and they cancel out the TP on Z-Freak. Whisper gets himself a double kill. Man, they are just... I like this tempo that Infamous is playing with now. They're grouping up. They're taking these really nice pickoffs. They're going for objectives. What do you think?
It feels a little bit like the tortoise and the hare. Complexity, the hare in this analogy, got distracted by shiny jungle creeps in their own safe side of the map. If we could bring the camera real quick to where the Wisp is at the moment, this is the area of the map I like to call the masturbatorium. There's nothing to do here but play with yourself. There's no map control gained. You're just chilling, which is cool if there are some stacks here. And at this point, maybe it's a good decision, but there is no reason a Wisp Gyro should ever be playing this area of the map unless it's to farm one cycle, shrine up, and immediately run downhill into the Radiant Woods.
We're gonna get a relocate coming out here. Schofield breaks some ankles. Snake King wasn't able to go and grab him just in time. Still has a DP as well over on Schofield, so let's just throw their weight around. But
He was able to, he just didn't.
I think he was trying to wait for the relocate, most likely. Come through.
You know, Moxie.
The look of just disappointment on your face right now is palpable, honestly. My goodness.
I mean, you're still in a fine position, but all of a sudden, this Morphling, like, this is Tomato's best hero. He spams it relentlessly in pubs, a notorious 10th pick Morphling player. And he's had a completely free game. Yeah, Snake King's axe got ahead, right? But like we were saying, he got ahead. But the Morph is still free farming under tower. You're not missing last hit with 90 base damage. And by the time he was actually pressuring after that Vanguard, Morph had swapped lanes. This is a free game. And later on, the Wyvern and the Undying are going to provide so much team fight. I don't think a Wisp Gen can really contest, and Lena's going to just be fodder for this Morph.
Yeah, that is pretty scary. Let's have a BKB then now at the very least.
That's
right?
the timing. This is it right here. You have the Gyro BKB, you've got the Lena BKB. I think, is Mid Tower still alive?
I can't tell. There's a giant. Yeah, it is. It is.
Why is Mid Tower still alive, folks at home? Can somebody phone in? Hashtag, please help me. Somebody kill the Mid Tower.
Yeah, good. Can send it to Kyle's social media. They're keeping it Kyle on Twitter. Snake.
Ball pops on Pugna.
Yeah, just gonna hightail it out of there. Oh, the courier's back up at least for the Radiant. I think it's taken quite a few nice vacations here.
It has. What's the goal? So Complexity's still up 3K. They're in a fine position. I'm just really looking for them to utilize this window where they have BKBs up. Because, yeah, you're ahead, but it's going to get scary when Morphling gets the E-Blade. God forbid the Scotty. The talents for the morph duration. It just gets very sketchy. He didn't get morph duration, actually. He went attack speed. Not something I see a lot of other Morphlings go, but this just means he's going for more of this Yamato cannon style, where he'll take over that flak and just do oodles of damage.
Oodles of damage. Is that the official technical term of that?
It is, actually.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna steal that from you. I'm gonna save that one for a rainy day. But yeah, they still have that middle tower up. They're just farming away. BKB on Gyro's got that Maelstrom like we talked about now. What is Io sitting at right now for his level 13? So a bit off still.
Where's the urn? Does Chen have an urn?
Why
does no one go back to Wisp? Why doesn't Wisp have an urn?
Because Wisp has a mech. Decided to go for
Why doesn't anyone have an urn? I'd like to...
Kyle's actually just gonna get up and walk out right now.
I'm tapping out for 30 seconds.
All right. It's a little quiet time for Kyle. He's had a rough day. You know, shout out to him. He's not feeling super great right now too, and I'm guessing this just pushed him over the edge. But we do have the Spirit Vessel over on the Invoker, over on the side of Infamous. So they have made some smart decisions with that, especially when you're dealing with that IO. Oh, Yules comes out, Limp, finds himself a Wyvern, uses that Laguna, a couple of right clicks, and that's a mega kill. See you later, Schofield.
Yep. Limp is playing a fantastic game, in all honesty, and I feel like it would be even better. He'd be completely dominating where his team playing around the map better. But he has next to no freedom as Alina, with the mid tower still alive and no one playing aggressively in the enemy in the off lane, like for this entire game. Snaking was there, he died once, he gave up. I've yet to see the IO Gyro play aggressively in this area. And you just can't play an effective Lina that way. This Morph has been walking around on 600 HP farming for the last 15 minutes, but he's never able to hunt because of the just constant lack of pressure.
Well, I feel bad too because, right underneath that sentries. Doesn't matter, the taunt comes out, gonna grab that haste rune. Light Strike Ray, gonna miss over on Moose, but still gonna be able to get the dunk. I was about to say, I'm disappointed because Snay has been getting so much information, right? So much vision, and they just haven't been able to follow up with anything because, like you said, they're off in the, what did you call that area again?
The Masturbatorium.
Masturbatorium,
yeah.
all right, yeah. They're off in that area, and they're farming. They could make a lot of moves with the information that Snay is giving them, but they just been hanging out and farming up. And that's the E-Blade completed now for the Morphling.
Pepita. Sleeping the reload coming in.
Yeah, all right, here we go. This is what we were waiting for. Reload will come through. Pepita, they even have the dust, and they will take him down. We'll see a little bit of that aggression like we talked about. Is Zevi gonna leave him or take him here? He's gonna take Axe with him and leave Skev in the top lane.
Bounties.
Dire are scanning.
My thrift
wrap those
rewarded.
All right, so what's the next play here then? We haven't seen any of these BKBs get popped just yet, right?
It comes down to Roche. Like, we see this time and time again in LAN tournaments. Somebody's got to do Roche. There's going to be a team fight, and...
Lincoln's, oh baby.
Is that a blink on snaking? Or,
Alina, yep. You picked that up a couple minutes ago.
I don't mind it in this game because they have the axe. You want to be able to immediately follow up and reach. The Wyvern has to die.
Right.
If you Invoker, Morphling, if you look at the entire Infamous lineup, they don't really have a natural frontliner. So if you can expose them, get to those backlines and pick off somebody right away, especially during the duration of your BKB, that's going to win a fight for complexity. But they need this mid tower, and they need to then set up and look for Roche.
Snake found himself a little Pugna. Is going to be able to clean up a little green Skelly Man with a big dunk. And there's the Roche, though, going on, like you're saying. It's going down really, really quickly, too.
Such a ballsy move from Moose.
They're going to be able to do it, though. Look at this.
Wow.
Easy ages.
I don't want to see Tomato get this BKB, though. I don't think you need it. Just go for the Scotty. Continue to scale. You're the hyper carry. Just build like one. I think he'll switch it up.
Hello? Oh, another courier kill, maybe? No?
The Q? Yeah, come on. That's child's play. Come on. It was like 3 seconds. You think Moose is napping? I know this kid. Also, no one probably knows who Moose is. He's playing the Undying, but
My South American fans know.
He was part of my haphazardly misadventure in South America.
Gira de Venganza?
Qualifier, but this kid has a lot of potential, I think, just because he's so damn hungry. All he did, you know, my biggest problem with him was he asked too many damn questions. He wanted to learn so bad that he would drive you nuts. And you know what? If that's your biggest fault as a player, you don't have any faults. And I'm glad to see him finding a little bit of success with his new team. They're here. They're looking good in this game.
Yeah, you know, it's been interesting watching the evolution of the new Infamous for sure. Just because, you know, Tomato, kind of well known. Some of these other players, unless you follow the South American scene, you might not know them as well. You know, Matthew just departed. Oh, Snay, they found you, but has he found you instead? There's going to be immediately this teleportation coming in. Schofield trying to stay alive. He gets the curse off, though, over on the IO, but the BKB comes out from Skem. And it looks like, I think, Schofield, is he going to make it out? Can they see him? Do they know? They don't know. Call down comes through, though. He's going to see it the last second. They take him down. Oh, and we lose a Whisper as well as he gets taken out by Z-Freak. Oh, my goodness. He was so close to making it out.
And this,
feels bad, man.
The one fault I have with Tomato as a player is that he always shies a little bit too much towards farming. He's got an E-Blade, a Lincoln's, and an Aegis. He should be getting involved, but he's TPing out to farm regularly, and like Invoker has Axe. You're in a fine position to take a fight as Infamous. Maybe not a full 5-on-5, but you've just given away now a near 10k gold lead for complexity. And sure, your Morphling is still ahead of the game, but you gotta use this advantage you have to get some space and gold for your teammates.
It is kind of interesting for sure. They feel like, you know, they've got all the pieces that they need for this kit. And again, that was like a beautiful curse that came out from the Wyvern, but unfortunately, you know, that BKB, or rather fortunately for the side of Complexity, obviously, otherwise that IO would have been just absolute ribbons. But kind of interesting how back and forth this is going in terms of just the aggression and the item timings as well.
I don't think either team has really capitalized on their advantages throughout this game. Obviously, I've been harping on it a little bit. Complexity now firmly in the driver's seat, even though Infamous did pick up that Roche. And you're just getting to a point. Wisp is going to hit level 15 pretty soon, and then all of a sudden the Gyrocopter, oh, here is, what am I even saying? Gyro has a free axe. And Skemberlu picking up the Lincolns, the Maelstrom, like, he's going to get to a point where the only one that threatens him is Morphling. And as you can see, even though Tomato's had a free game to this point, Gyro is now outscaling him and down bottom.
Yeah, gonna get a couple nice spins off. Is it gonna be enough damage though? It's not looking super great here. Eblay comes out, there's the BKB. It's gonna turn around, just DP out. So, just managed to get that BKB out top lane though. Looks like Skemby's got his eyes over here onto Moo as well. And be trying to hit this tombstone. They won't take him down. Life Drain coming out though. We'll be able to stun him up. They throw out the Glimmer Cape. It's looking a little bit scary right now for this IO. He will pop. Pepita gonna be able to walk. Oh boy, call down coming out here from Skem. Doesn't matter. In comes the Lina Limp looking for this opening. He's gonna try to go land the Light Strike right. Not gonna be able to do it, but a couple right clicks will take him out.
This again. Tomato runs away from the bottom bounty runes, something Skemberlu will probably not do. There's another concern I have. Tomato far too focused on farming safely in his own jungle, loses out on a bounty rune bottom, possibly another one if he doesn't check. And these bounty runes are so valuable this late in the game. 30 minutes? It's got to be
Pepita, there's the call, Light Strike Array, and the Laguna Blade. Easy pick-off, drive-by, right?
I mean, the strongest hero on the side of Infamous has yet to participate. And it's going to become possibly impossible for him to really make a difference in this game just because of how strong all three Complexity cores are, not to mention the crazy lockdown they're going to have thanks to the Axe and the Lina. There's going to be an Ags on Lina. There it is. I mean,
yeah, it got picked up just a few seconds ago.
He went for the Fiery Soul instead of the Spell Amp, which is something I saw. Ori, I believe, was going Spell Amp pretty much every game he went this build, so maybe something Limp might want to tweak in the future.
And Ori consistently just impresses me. His last couple of games over at ESL, but...
He would have been our MVP had Vici won, but alas, there is no MVP for the losing side.
Better luck next time.
We've get to see a real team fight, haven't we?
Yeah, well, I mean, because we haven't seen Tomato, like you said, has just been doing his own thing, farming up by himself, and you see a relocate coming out here. They found someone over here. Limp gonna have to go pop that BKB. Wyvern gonna be thrown up into the air, and here we go, Tomato coming through. They've got a Sun Strike over here onto Limp, still has that BKB up, trying to slow him down a little bit more. This Tornado coming through will connect over onto Z-Freak. Oh, Schofield, he's in the distance there. We'll be able to go and take down Z-Freak as well with that Ethereal.
It's just, you got to get the Morphling involved. They have no real frontliner, but the Morph is strong enough at this point. You can be the guy that goes in first, especially if there's a Wyvern behind you. Wyvern, Pugna, these heroes can't get initiated on. You need the Morphling in the area.
Right.
And he's also, like, you can see the amount of damage he's outputting. Lina struggles against this hero at all phases of the game.
Oh, immediately gonna go. Cold Embrace over here onto Schofield. Rest of the team coming in hot, though. Will be able to go throw down that call down. Looks like they might have some trouble here. Pugna trying to run himself out. The rest of the team, in they come, but they're gonna be able to go and reload out in this case, and they'll just disappear, although we do lose moves in the process.
I mean, some real aggression there from Complexity. They do get the one pick off, and most importantly, look at where they've now positioned the team of Infamous. All of a sudden, stuck on their own side of the base. Roche is going to be looking to come up. I think Age is faded. Roche will spawn anywhere from the next 1 minute to 4 minutes from now.
That puts him in a very nice position for sure. Yeah, I feel Snay he got very excited. He saw that Wyvern and just a little bit faster was able to get that Cold Embrace off. And the rest of the team, they responded, but you know,
Both teams really just playing on instinct at this point. It doesn't seem like either has a lot of pre-planning or major direction. I'd like to, again, see if there's anything I would tweak. I think both teams would benefit just from having a little discussion before and during the game about where do we want to play the map in the early and mid-game, and who does what. But neither side really prioritizing a certain player to play on the aggro side of the map, which is something you'll see the VPs, the Secrets, the Vichis, etc. all do. You need to maintain a presence in that off lane, and it gives you then that ability to cut towards mid, secure Roche, and again, these mid towers that just seem to take forever to die.
Right. Well, they did finally take down that tier 1 that you've been harping on for a bit, so gives them a bit more freedom into the jungle there for Complexity. Makes it a little bit scarier, of course, for Infamous here, but kind of rolling together now. Do you see Z-Freak over kind of doing some of that aggressive jungling? But what's the next play here for Complexity?
Well, they're going to need to get... So this is, it's like counterintuitive now, and this is the problem with Dire, is that by playing enemy side of the map, you lose control of Roche, whereas Radiant, if they play enemy side of the map, you always can go to Roche.
Right.
So that's going to become the next real objective. Envy just up here, take it to farm. I swear, he's fine. Oh.
Is he? Is he? Yeah.
He's fine.
I don't know. That was pretty close, though. It's that mech. It was the mech.
I mean,
have the
look,
urn, but he had
I'm
the
not
mech,
saying
Kyle.
mech is bad. I'm saying that if you have a Wisp,
right,
you should be buying an urn.
I agree with you on that.
You know who buys urn when he plays Wisp?
Who?
He's in this game. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm sure everybody knows. It's just a little thing. It's not. Never mind.
I like Spirit Vessel on my Wisp when I play it.
Well,
Personally.
I like that Pepita prioritized that. This was definitely the right way to play the hero in this game. Just, again, I love to see people copy what works from other teams. This was the Ori build. This was the mid one build at times. Whatever you need the Spirit Vessel, just get that. Get the Ags. Get a BKB.
BKB and IO just got picked up.
I like that decision. He doesn't really die to any physical damage at the moment. It would take a Morphling a long time for him to auto-attack him to death.
That's true.
Roche up 38 seconds. Gem on the Wyvern. This is critical. I love this play from Infamous. All they need to do now is control this high ground. Again, Complexity will lose a fight in a choke point. They want to play more of a hit-and-run skirmish style. Get one kill, find another, then pull back. Infamous, you love a clash. You just want counter-initiation from your Invoker and your Wyvern as Morphling wreaks havoc on pretty much anyone he targets on Complexity.
Right. You do see some of that movement going around that general area. They've got it on their mind, and the Undying actually just picked up the smoke as well, so you can bet that they're thinking about it. And this gets picked up over on Pugna. He's going to try to keep himself alive a little bit longer here in some of these fights. But I think, like you said, you got to get Tomato up front and center and let your boys back you up, right?
Indeed. And if you're Cole, you really want to take this high ground away from Infamous, but it's real scary. Map is very dark. Pepita a little isolated up top. They might catch him, but he's going to get the meteor off on the wave, snaking.
Careful, Pepita.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, they do the scan. There's nothing there, though.
Radiant are scanning.
There's going to be a big fight around this pit coming up.
Oh, yeah.
It's the calm before the storm, so to speak.
This is the new Dota. Games never end. Second Roche decides all. We saw that in the Game 5 final just yesterday. I was there just a mere 10 hours ago.
That fabulous, glamorous esports jet-setting life, right? Right? You're living out of a suitcase.
It's great. People ask me like, oh, wow, you get to see so many great cities. I'm like, yeah, I saw the hotel, the restaurant, and
Get ready.
the base for the venue.
You're ready. Schofield actually very front and center here, trying to just move himself around. There's a jump forward. BKB coming out now from Scam. They've got so much damage. In comes the Cataclysm. They'll take out moves. First and foremost, Hand of God comes out as well. And it looks like a Laguna Blade will be able to take out Schofield before he can get too much going on. There's going to be the high back coming out. They're still chasing around Tomato. He's looking to go right back. And this Roche is sitting soloed. Schofield has bought himself back, as has the Gyrocopter. There's going to be a nice call coming out here, though, from Snay. Followed up with the Winter's Curse. Going to try to hold him into place. Pepita running himself out. Tomato against the world right now as he turns back around. He's got his eyes on Z-Freak. Just to grab that room, but there's the Light Striker array, and they'll take him out. That's 4 people down. Gems now on the deck, and they're going to go and take this Roche in the name of Scam.
Unfortunate waveform forwards there by Tomato. just putting himself in no man's land. You get a little distracted. You see an arcane rune, all of a sudden you turn into Thanos, right? And you're just like, I'm going to capture that Infinity Stone, but you don't recognize that you're surrounded by the entire cast of the Avengers and you don't have plot
I
armor.
feel like he knows that he's around the entire cast of the Avengers during that, but maybe he just thought, oh, you know, maybe.
Without the plot armor, that's the key. Plot armor, you can't counter it.
Right. All right. Well, this top is just going down fast. Lim finds himself that invoker here. They get the call. They use everything in the kitchen sink. And all of a sudden, Pepita is just no longer in this game. Dying back up, as is the Pugna, but they can't go anywhere near this. They're going to get just eradicated here.
Radiant's middle
I don't know.
tower is under attack.
Got the ward down.
I mean, well-executed team fight around the pit. Skemberlu, the key there, saving the buyback. He puts himself in a position where he may go down, but it doesn't matter. You always come back in. You have an Aegis. Buyback pays for itself.
Radiant's
And look at them just chipping away at these racks. Lincoln gets popped over here onto Scam. Won't be able to go. Throw down one of those nether blasts. Another pop of that. Lincoln's a jump forward. Comes out from snaking. And there's a really nice curse though here. Gonna be able to hold him to place. Again, they've got the Aegis over here. Just gonna slow him down just a little and save the teammates. These spirits just flying left and right. Envy healing everybody back up. They're chasing them all the way back into their fountain right now. Schofield, my friend, you are probably not long for this world. They get the decrepify. The light comes out. They almost actually managed to take down Whisper, but they'll take down Moose, they'll take down Schofield. Right now, Complexity is just taking names and just kicking butts right now. Look at this. Tomato, he's trying to get out. He pops his own BKB, but he can't hope to stay alive against all of these guys.
Radiant's middle tower is
They may
under
just end up
attack.
going for throne here. Skemberlu still with the Aegis. Butterfly finished. And this is the strength of the Ira Gyra. You just get to a point where one fight and all of a sudden you just output so much damage. You're so fast, and the entire draft of Complexity, you have no cooldowns to worry about. You don't care if something dies.
No, there's the call forward. They get out the E-Blade. It doesn't matter though. Scam on a mega kill. Tips come out as well and just playing around now. BKB gets popped. They're just chipping away again over here at this throw. No cares in the world. Pepita trying to get them a little bit confused, but they'll take down Envy, they'll take down Z-Freak. It looks like Moose might be the next, but they will finally take down the Aegis. The buyback comes out now, and there's so much damage coming out. Are they going to be able to get a kill over here onto Envy? It's looking good, but the throne's going down, and that'll be game.
I mean, sorry, I'm a little thrown off by the music.
I like it.
I've like,
It's cheerful.
I wasn't briefed at all about what to do, so I'm just gonna try and take things in stride.
That's okay.
I mean, Complexity played well. I feel like they didn't push their advantage in a way I would like. It felt like they were playing scared in a lot of ways. But at the same time, I feel like Infamous has the same problem. You know, these are both